A lot of companies, this is pretty simple, but a lot of companies are just using video conferencing, document sharing, other collaboration tools, saving a lot of money. Is the federal government making much progress on that?
Yes, not only are we doing that, but an interesting case study is what the Social Security Administration is doing, which is using video conferencing to actually serve the American people. So its customers, literally, people don't have to drive down to like a single Social Security Administration office, but they're doing it through video conferencing. Within the federal government also, an agency, GSA, recently moved to Google Apps. And part of what they're going to be doing is using the consumer tools to do video online instead of building these massive brick and mortar platforms. USDA is doing the same thing with its migration to the cloud with Azure platform, Microsoft solution. And so we're seeing massive change in how work is happening as a result of these newer consumer-based technologies.
All of which would be totally uncontroversial in any private enterprise.
Absolutely.
But it's a big change at the federal level, right?
It's a huge change, and part of the reason it's a huge change is because we're introducing new competition into this space. So for example, companies like Amazon, Salesforce, Google, that had never competed for government business are now coming in and are aggressively going after that $80 billion opportunity. And that is great from a taxpayer perspective. We want more competition, not less competition. Historically, what was happening with public sector IT, frankly, is that every solution was based on hourly rates of consultants. So you would continue to throw bodies at problems rather than trying to find meaningful, disruptive technical solutions. And I think what we're seeing now is with these new advances, new innovations, is that there's going to be a massive disruption because those two examples I gave you, on something as simple as email, we're able to save $42 million. That's crazy, right? $42 million savings in email. And that's just the beginning.
There's another IT tool, business analytics, which, among other things, helps companies spot improper payments. I mentioned because OMB estimates the government lost $98 billion to improper payments in 2009. Sounds like a huge opportunity, is it?
It's a huge opportunity, and one of the things we're actually doing is as a result of the work that happened with the Recovery Act. We leveraged a company called Palantir, which is in the business analytics space. So to prevent fraud, what we were doing is we were able to slice and dice and cube all this data to make sure that entities that were winning these contracts were appropriate. So the ability to investigate, the ability to go through massive volumes of data allowed us to actually prevent it. We've had a historical low on the Recovery Act as a result of that. Now what we're doing is we're taking that practice and we're applying it to Medicare, Medicaid. We're applying it to other grants programs. There are over $500 billion in grants that go to state and local governments and then to private sector companies. And the fraud coupled with the error rate is huge. And so that is a huge opportunity in terms of going after the error rates and the fraud in federal spending.